Hello, I'm Oscar. I'm a rising senior at the King's Academy, and I did my main project on the hovercraft. So for the hovercraft, for my first milestone, I just didn't have the Depron I needed, which was, it's a harder kind of cardboard material. I just didn't have that material to build the frame. So instead, I just focused that time I had on making the wiring for the actual project. So how the wiring works is there's the motor, which is then connected to the ESC, which is then connected to the battery, which is then connected to the receiver, servo, and the controller sends information to the receiver. So how this entire system works is we have two motors here. One motor will be providing lift for the hovercraft, and the other motor will be providing thrust and acceleration for the hovercraft. And the servo will be under the other motor, and the servo will help turn the entire hovercraft. So here, let me give a demonstration about how this works. One second. Okay, so basically, when I turn the lever on the motor up a little bit, the fan turns on, and the higher the lever goes, the more speed it will give. So I'll turn it to medium high now. So basically, how this works is the receiver receives information about how high the lever is in relation to the controller, and then the receiver sends the information about how high the lever is to the ESC, and then the ESC with that information determines how fast the motor should be spinning. And some troubles I had with this build was soldering these wires together. Especially this part was really difficult for me because the connectors for the end of the wires were separate, so I had to solder the connectors into the wires onto the wires, and the wires had to be connected with the ESC, and that was very difficult, but eventually I got it. And another difficulty I had was figuring out the channels for each of the channels for the receiver and the controller, and which levers up or down, left or right, what corresponded to what. And through troubleshooting and a lot of trials, I eventually figured it out. And yeah, and one more thing that a major thing that I learned was how to wire things and be safe with electricity. So you can see why there's a lot of electric tape around here, just prevents shorts. And yeah, I just learned a lot about electrical stuff in this build. Thank you.